Black Ops 6 Zombies is introducing a new feature called Augments. Augments are unlockable gameplay advantages you can apply to every Coca-Cola, ammo mod, and field upgrade in the game. They provide a rich and innovative customization experience, allowing you to invest into research between matches. There are 108 augments on launch day. There are 8 Coca-Colas, and each Coca-Cola will have 6 augments, so there's 48 total augments for Coca-Colas. There are 5 ammo mods, and each ammo mod will have 6 augments, so there's 30 augments for ammo mods. And there are 5 field upgrades, and each field upgrade will have 6 augments, so there's 30 for field upgrades. The way you unlock augments is through researching them. Augment research is the key to unlocking the full potential of your loadouts. You unlock this at player level 11. Once you research and unlock an individual augment, they can be chosen before the start of the match for each individual perk, ammo mod, or field upgrade. To start researching an augment, simply select which item you'd like to research in the menu and start earning XP in-game to make progress towards unlocking the augment. Each item has 2 available augment slots, 1 major and 1 for a minor augment. Expect 3 major augments to choose from per item. A major augment offers a substantial advantage to the behavior of the item, usually during use. Expect 3 minor augments to choose from per item. A minor augment offers a limited advantage item, usually during use. The depth of the augment customization experience becomes apparent as you learn the different effects of each augment and how they stack and affect other upgrades across the game. This subsequently allows you to customize your augments for your style of play, whether solo or squad based. If you've played a particular role in your squad as a healer, for example, you may already have a good idea of which augments you should search for, unlock, and employ along with other related power-ups to optimize your team's dynamics and survivability. For Juggernog, the major augments, the first one is Probiotic. Slightly increase maximum health with Juggernog. The second one is Turtle Shell. Armor acts as a shield on your back, completely absorbing damage to your back. No damage mitigation would hit from the front. So essentially, this is literally just a shield from prior Call of Duties. You use this augment, you have a shield. If you get hit from anywhere other than your back, you take normal damage. You have no armor anywhere but your back. Me personally, I think I'm gonna run this augment every single game. I am super excited for this augment. If you've watched this video in the top right corner, you'll know that I feel like shields are the far superior than armor, so I'm definitely gonna be running that a lot. And the third major augment for Juggernog is Reactive Armor. When an armor plate breaks, nearby normal enemies are stunned for a short time. The minor augments for Juggernog include Retaliation, which deals bonus damage while health is low. Hardened Plates. Armor plates have more damage mitigation. Durable plates slightly increase armor's durability. Next, we have Stamina. The major augments for Stamina are Free Faller. You become immune to fall damage. Dasher. Increase tactical sprint duration. And Stalker. Walk faster while aiming. The minor augments for Stamina include Hard Target. While tactical sprinting, projectile damage is reduced. Quarterback. Use equipment while sprinting. Hot Foot. Gain a speed boost after your equipment kills an enemy. The major augments for Speed Cola are Supercharged. Field upgrades recharge a bit faster. Classic Formula. Reload speed is even faster, so that's probably the one I'm going to be using most. That seems like it's the best one. It's basically just OG classic speed cola where you reload much faster. And Phantom Reload. Weapon magazines are slowly refilled over time. The 3 minor augments for speed cola are Speedy Roulette. The mystery box settles much faster, so basically this is just Time Slip from Black Ops 4. Quick Swap. Swap weapons faster. And Fast Pitcher. Deploy equipment faster. So in my opinion, Quick Swap and Fast Pitcher are pretty bad. I'm definitely going to be running Speedy Roulette. The 3 major augments for Deadshot Daiquiri are Dead Head, further increase in critical damage. Dead First, deal double critical damage if an enemy is at full health. And Dead Again, critical hits have a chance of adding a bullet to your magazine. So honestly, those are just okay. Doesn't seem like they're too broken or too overpowered. Oh, and I want to say really fast, if I sound weird, I have bad allergies right now. My nose is stuffed up. I promise I don't sound like this regularly. Anyway, the 3 minor augments for Deadshot are Dead Break, increase damage to armor pieces. Dead Draw, reduce hipfire spread. And Dead Set, reduce gun movement while performing advanced movement. So I'm not really sure what the last one means there. Maybe it's talking about omni movement in some way. The 3 major augments for Quick Revive are EMT. Reviving an ally allows them to keep all of the perks on their bleed out bar. So essentially, you know how in Cold War when you go down, you can see the 3 perks on the bar and you slowly lose them over time. If you equip this when you revive your teammate, they will not lose any of those perks. Equivalent Exchange. Killing an enemy while down will revive you and remove Quick Revive. This can be done up to 3 times. So yeah, this was also in Cold War. This was one of the upgrade tiers for Quick Revive in Cold War. And Dying Wish. This is literally just Dying Wish from Black Ops 4. On lethal damage, become immune to all damage for 2 seconds and keep 1 health. Quick Revive is removed on use. So yeah, that's the best one by a lot, it seems like, especially if you're a solo player. The minor augments for Quick Revive include Swift Recovery recovery. Reviving an ally increases both of your movement speed for a short time. Once again, that was also in Cold War. It was very overpowered. Karmic return. Reviving an ally heals you to full health, which was also in Cold War. And slow death, increase your time in last stand. So it's basically the Gobblegum coagulant. The 3 major elemental pop augments include citrus focus. If a weapon has an ammo mod applied, elemental pop will only activate that one. So for example, if you pack a punch your gun and then you go to the arsenal and put on Brain Rot, elemental pop will only activate Brain Rot. It will not activate Deadwire. It will not activate Shatter Blast. It will not activate anything else but Brain Rot. That is really cool. I like that a lot because you can pick the best one and use that way more often. Imperial Peach. Enemies that hit you have a chance to trigger a random ammo mod. And Electric Cherry. Reloading causes an electric damage discharge that damages and stuns nearby normal enemies. The emptier of the magazine, the stronger the damage. The minor augments include Vulnera Bean. Slightly increase enemy elemental weakness damage. Pineapple Blast. Equipment can also trigger a random ammo mod, and Chill Berry slightly reduce all ammo mod cooldowns. The 3 PhD flopper major augments include Gravity MD, just falling from heights creates explosion. DR Ram or Dr. Ram, tactical sprint knocks down and damages base zombies. That actually sounds really cool. You can essentially just run right through a horde of zombies, it sounds like. I'm definitely going to be putting that on. That sounds super fun. And the last major augment for PhD is PhD Slider. Sliding into an enemy triggers an explosion. The minor augments for PhD include Environmentalist, become immune to environmental damage while sliding. EOD Technician, slightly reduce height and distance required for explosions. And Tribologist, I believe, sliding distance and speed are increased, so that's going to be really broken in my opinion. That was insanely overpowered in Cold War with the slide speed, so definitely going to be running that. The Melee Macchiato, this is a new perk that's coming to Black Ops 6. The major augments for this are Espresso, all melee attacks are slightly faster. Vampiric Extraction, melee attacks heal a small amount of your health. And Triple Shot, your punch can hit multiple enemies at once. The minor augments include Stick and Move, backpedal speed is increased after a successful melee attack. Strength Training, your punch can one-hit kill normal enemies for longer. Hidden Impact, melee kills reload a portion of your held weapon. Okay, now we are on to the ammo mod augments. So we're starting off with Brain Rot. The first major augment for Brain Rot is Plague. The charmed enemy has a chance to turn other enemies. So what this means is once you turn one zombie, it has the chance to go and turn different zombies. I'm not sure why they refer to it as the charmed, but when they say the charmed, that basically just means when you turn a zombie. Pheromone, the charmed enemy distracts nearby normal and special enemies for a short duration. And Big Game, Brain Rot can charm elite enemies. The minor augments are Extension, Brain Rot duration is slightly increased. Haste, Brain Rot cooldown is slightly reduced. And Explosive, charmed enemies explode at the end of Brain Rot's duration, dealing toxic damage. Honestly, I could see all 3 of those minors being very useful, so I'm not sure which one's going to be the best there, but it's going to be fun to try out all 3 of those. Okay, and we're on to Cryo Freeze. The 3 major augments for Cryo Freeze are Big Game, Cryo Freeze can slow elite enemies. Ice Cloud, enemies that are killed while frozen may leave a cloud that slows enemy. That sounds really cool. I don't know if it's going to be that good, but it sounds cool. And Frozen Stiff, enemies are frozen in place. The minor augments are Extension, slightly increase the slow duration. Freezer Burn, slightly increase damage to frozen enemies. And Liquid Nitrogen, slightly increase your chance for Cryo Freeze to activate. Next, we have Deadwire. The Deadwire major augments are Chain Lightning. The stunned enemy can spread the stun to others. The next major augment is Big Game. Deadwire can stun elite enemies. And the third major augment is Lightning Strike. A bolt of lightning strikes from above, stunning all normal and special enemies in the area. This one sounds awesome. The minor augments for Deadwire are High Voltage. Deadwire deals slightly more damage. Haste. Deadwire cooldown is slightly reduced. And Extension. The Deadwire and Electric Field last longer. Okay, the 3 major augments for Napalm Burst are Big Game. Napalm Burst can burn elite enemies. Thermite, increase burn effect damage. Firebomb, burned enemies explode on death, spreading the fire to nearby enemies. The minor augments are Extension, increase the burn duration. Incendiary, each damage tick has a small chance to spread to a nearby enemy. And Contact Burn, initial burn effects deal more damage. Now we have Shadow Rift. This is the new ammo mod, and what it does is bullets deal shadow damage. Each bullet has a chance to spawn a black hole on a normal or special enemy, warping away those nearby and dropping some from the air at lethal speed. So basically, to simplify it a little bit, it just spawns a black hole and then the zombies fall out of the sky. So it's pretty awesome. The major augments include Big Game. Shadow Rift can activate on elite enemies. I would love to see like an abomination fall out of the sky. That would look hilarious. hilarious. Doppelganger, warp one enemy that deals shadow damage to others, and explosive rain. This one sounds like the best to me. Enemies that are dropped from portals will explode on contact with the ground. That sounds really awesome. The minor augments are haste, shadow rift cooldown is reduced, targeted, dropped enemies will fall on other enemies, super massive, the singularity's lethal radius is increased and can kill more enemies. That one's probably gonna be the best one, just considering that it kills more enemies and the radius is increased. So that's the one I would probably try out first. Okay, we're on to the field upgrades now. There are 5 field upgrades, and we're going to start with Ether Shroud. The first major augment for Ether Shroud is called Group Shroud. Nearby players are also cloaked. So essentially, when you use your Ether Shroud, if you're next to your teammates are also going to go into Ether Shroud. That seems like it can be extremely overpowered for high rounds. Imagine if you and all 3 of your friends have Ether Shroud equipped, and you're doing a high round strategy where you can sit in a corner, and then one of you can just, boom, hit your Ether Shroud, and the whole team is invisible to the zombies. That seems like it could be really overpowered. They're going to have to balance that in some way because it's going to be extremely broken. I can already just predict that. Burst Dash. Warp forward for a short distance, killing all normal enemies in your path. So that sounds like it's going to be pretty decent. That's basically what it did in Cold War. Void Sheath. Swap to your dedicated melee weapon as it's imbued with dark ether energy. Kills allow you to stay in the Ether Shroud for longer. The minor augments are instant reload. Activation instantly reloads your currently held weapon. Extra charge. Increase your max charges by 1. And extension. Ether Shroud duration is significantly increased. Next, we have Dark Flare. Dark Flare is the new field upgrade that Black Ops 6 is introducing. It generates an energy beam that deals lethal shadow damage and penetrates everything in its path. That last part sounds a little sus, but anyway. The major augments are extension, significantly increased Dark Flare duration, supernova. The beam is replaced by a sphere that deals damage to nearby enemies as it travels. The ball detonates at the end of Dark Flare's duration. And Dark Pact. Beam heals and revives other players on contact. So basically, this is the Scepter of Ra from Black Ops 4, and essentially what that was is you could pull it out, and if you shot your teammate with it, it would revive them. So that sounds like it's going to be a really, really good augment. I'm super excited to use that. It's going to be really helpful for boss fights and things like that. So I'm definitely going to be running that. I'm definitely going to be running Dark Pact when the game comes out. And the minor augments are Broad Beam, significantly increases the size of the beam. Now that could be good with Dark Pact because if you combine those two together, it's going to be really hard to miss your teammate when you're trying to revive them. Next, we have Heavy Shadow. The beam slows enemies on contact. That sounds pretty bad to me, honestly. I don't see what the use of that really is going to be. And we got Extra Charge, increase max charges by 1. Next, we have Frenzied Guard. The major augments for Frenzied Guard include Phalanx. Teammates can also repair armor from kills while near you. Retribution. Trigger an explosion on activation. Normal enemies that melee the player are damaged and knocked down. And Frenzy Fire. While frenzied, use ammo from stock. The minor augments are Repair Boost, which repair more armor per kill. Extension. Increased Frenzied Guard duration, and Rally. On activation, repair all nearby teammates' armor to full. Healing Aura. The first major augment is Resilience. All affected players have their health regeneration delay reduced and their rate of healing increased temporarily. Enduring Radiance. The beams and their healing effects persist for a short time after leaving the area of effect. And then lastly, we have Persistence. Revived players keep all perks on their bleed out bar, so this is basically the same as the augment on Quick Revive. The minor augments include Inner Strength. Affected player damage is slightly increased for a short time. Protection. Healed players have damage slightly mitigated for a short time. And Stoic Presence. On activation, special and elite enemies are stunned while normal enemies are knocked down. And lastly, we have Energy Mine. The 3 major augments for Energy Mine are Scatter. The Energy Mine will split into 3 mines that scatter and detonate 1 time each. Turret. Instead of a mine, deploy a turret that shoots at the nearest enemy. That seems like a really weird one that kind of makes no sense, but it's really cool. I mean, how do you get a turret from energy? I don't know, but cool regardless. And Carousel. 3 energy mines will float around you, detonating when an enemy is nearby. So basically what this means to me is that this is essentially the power up from Dead Ops Arcade where you pick up the 3 energy balls, they swirl around you. So that could be really good. And finally, the 3 minor augments for Energy Mine are Frequency Boost, increased detonation count and duration of Energy Mine, Extra Charge, increased max charges by 1, and Siren. Energy Mine now attracts nearby normal zombies for a short time. So that is all of the augments coming on launch to Black Ops 6 Zombies. There will be more augments added as the year goes on. And if you guys want to see my thoughts and my reaction to the new Black Ops 6 Zombies HUD and also how Liberty Falls looks now, you can watch this video right here. Thank you guys for watching.